Good morning, it's a bright and sunny morning in the woodland here. I'm just showing you the results of some of the work that I did yesterday. So beginning to do some more dyeing again, now we've got some nice weather and we can get things out on the line. And I repeated the avocado dye baths, but this time instead of mixing the two, the pits and the skins in together, then I decided to do them separately. So the piece at the far end there, that was just the pits on their own. I think perhaps I didn't leave it in quite as long this time, so it's a bit more of a pale peachy colour. And then the other two pieces on the end there, they're both made from the dye bath with the skins. But I've used a technique which I found in one of the dye books called shibori, which is a Japanese technique, and it's where tie-dyeing originated from. And the idea is that you fold the fabric in a sort of regular way, either sort of pleating it or in triangles, and you fold it around something. And then one of these was folded around a couple of small logs that I had from the wood, and the other piece I actually folded in a bit more of a regular way and made into a sort of more of a parcel. And obviously depending on how that's folded, depends on where the dye can get to, which is why you get these lovely variations in colour. So that technique is really interesting, and I was very lucky in obtaining some onion skins from my local farm shop, which saved them all for me. And I've started a dye bath yesterday with the yellow onion skins, and the basic dye bath produced this piece of fabric here, and as you can see, that's sort of just that pale peachy brown colour. But I then left it in for longer with the shibori technique again, and I've got these two pieces here. This one's actually my favourite, and I folded this into sort of triangles and then left it in the dye bath, a warm dye bath, kept it warm, and then left it overnight. And as you can see, you've got much more of an intense colour here, and this is definitely my favourite piece so far. And there's another piece here that was rolled rather than being folded into triangles. So this was rolled and then curled round and held together with a rubber band. So you can see obviously the part that was in the centre of the folds has hardly dyed at all, whereas we've got this more intense colour on the outside edge. And I also like the markings here that have been left by the actual rubber band that was on the outside edge of it. So that's really interesting, and I really like that technique. And so I'm just forming some different colour panels, and these will eventually all be stitched together to make the second large piece. So I've got plans today to make another dye bath with the red onion skins, and we'll see what happens with that today. So that's quite exciting. And then I think I'll be looking for some more natural plant material to go around and make a further dye bath in a different sort of colour. So maybe with some hawthorn, or possibly some more nettles. I might try the nettles again, but with a larger piece of fabric. So that's quite exciting. The other thing I did yesterday was to take some of the ash from the fire, and I've sorted that into different colour palettes. And I did 3 batches yesterday, very small batches of the ash, and used the pestle and mortar to grind that down into a pigment. So I've got that to use ready for the painting that I actually want to produce. So that's something else that will be progressing this week, I hope. So obviously the ash is made from the wood that we have in the wood burner, and the wood from that comes from our woodland, so it literally is of the wood. The painting that I will be making will actually be from the very wood that we live and are surrounded by, which I think is quite interesting and quite exciting. So thank you for joining me again today, and I'll keep you updated of progress, and see you hopefully in some more spring sunshine.